got to roll in a bit more, you get a bit looser. Okay. All right, guys, I'm out here on the Honda Transalp. Got a few miles on it now. I think I got about 150-ish, 160, not quite sure. We'll look at that in a second. I've commuted a few days after my ride home. We did a little fire road, me and my wife and daughter, earlier. And I think I'm ready to give some initial impressions, maybe some first impressions on this bike now. Tell you what I think. Why don't we take a little putt around and talk about it for a minute. All right. All right, guys, here she is, 2024 Honda Transalp, bone stock except for my quad lock, which I don't really love the placement, but I cannot find my 1.1/8 bushing for the center because these bars have a taper to them. So I was going to put it in the center, but I don't know where my bushings went, so that's where she sits. So let's take a walk around. I said she's all stock, nothing done to her yet. That will change, I guarantee that. So I've done about 30 miles of just forestry roads up in the hills over there, 30-ish miles. Nothing crazy, but oh, it is absolutely amazing. I'm not going to do any of that right now just because I'm by myself now, so I don't really want to go out too far. Just kind of ride back home, do some little mixed riding, try the dirt out. Now, before we start, if you're wondering, hey Chris, why don't you have any gloves on? Well, that's a great question. That's because they're in my truck my wife's driving right now. Because when I switched from my dirt helmet and dirt gloves, what I was riding on the fire roads, I forgot to grab my gloves. So normally, definitely gloves. Today, well, I'm not going to live here, so I guess I'm going to have to ride without them. But so I just started getting into the modes. I've never had a bike that had stuff, so that's pretty sweet. I haven't even hardly got into it at all. But I got it set on user mode with some traction control off and power mode up and all that. I can't really be aggressive on the throttle as I'd like because, you know, she's brand new still, only 182 miles. That's what I got. So, but either way, why don't we take a little ride, see how she does. All right, and we're off. So the fire roads are pretty smooth, suspension wise. I mean, she's not a dirt bike, right? And she's a bit on the tall side. Close that up a little. Like I said, I'm not revving it too high, maybe 6 grand a few times, a little bit of throttle, not even full throttle. Maybe 7, but you know, we'll keep that between us. We need to let everyone else know that, right? Oh, I forgot to strap my helmet in all the excitement. Let me stop and do that real quick. Alright, we're off again. Side by side, having some fun. Yeah, great power. I mean, like I said, I haven't been able to get on it hard. So, well, we'll see. I hear she comes alive a lot better after 6,500. But that's going to have to wait till a few more miles. I got my oil change sitting at home, ready to go. She handles like a dream in the turns. Now, I know a lot of people go back and forth on whether or not the Tenere, all this, which one's better. I have no idea. This is the only one I got. I know what I got rid of was a older 05 Yamaha WR450, and clearly it's a dirt bike, so it was great in the dirt, horrible on the road. And this thing being so much taller than my MT-07, which I still have, the Eliminator's gone, which, you know, a touchy subject. Seem to lose a few subscribers over that one. What are you going to do? Nah, I wasn't going to keep the bike forever. I mean, it was my wife's bike anyway, and it was a great bike for beginning out, starting, or just something if you're looking for that light cruiser. But there's a lot of bikes in the world, and I kind of want to try a bunch more of them. So after I got my wife's KLX, I tried dual sporting that 450 a little, and it just not happening. That thing was just too old. Needed a bunch of work done, and even once I did a bunch of work, it was going to be such a compromise that I was like, you know what, I'll just get rid of that in the Eliminator. So I didn't want to go super behind, so I was just like, you know what, I'll trade that in and the Eliminator so I can break even and just get this outright, so I'm not going backwards. Oh yeah, I cannot wait to put a pipe on this thing. Pipe and a tune. I want to say it gets it fairly close to pipe and tune to like 100 horsepower crank, which would be good amount, plenty for me. I mean, probably too much, if I'm being honest, but we'll find some dirt in a minute. Find a little spot to do a little dirt test. All right, that's shipped up. Remember, new bike, new motor. Don't be aggressive. Opposite of one of those, you know, cheerleading cheers, the be aggressive. No, I'm like, don't be aggressive. Cruise like you still got to break it in, and you were paying on it for 5 years. Once again, Carl Cycle Sales in Boise. I always say Garden City, but I think they're out of, I think it's considered Boise right there. I'm not positive. Excellent place. See Ranger. You can tell him Chris sent you, and he's going to say who. So don't worry about that. I mean, you can tell him, but he probably won't know. Not that I haven't bought a few bikes, but they go through so much inventory in that place. They're so busy, and you know, channel's not exactly through the roof yet, so it's all good. Wind protection on this thing's amazing. I commuted so far only 2 days because I've only had 2 days to commute with it since I've got it, and it is absolutely great. I'm still getting more comfortable on it, which I'm feeling a little better, you know. MT-07's what I'm used to. I got good 6 some odd thousand miles on that, almost 7,000 miles on the MT-07, which I'll still ride sometimes, even though it's got my wife's personalized plate on it now because it's hers. So I feel a little bit more silly. That's fine. I'm gonna try to find something a little smoother, not too sandy, just because I haven't got a chance to really get the chops on this yet. I don't want to get too dirt bikey yet. Not until I know a little more about how she's going to handle in the rocks and stuff. I want to be aggressive on this so bad, but all right. Well, there's a lot of people out here too, and you know, blind turns. Don't be dumb. So hopefully I get my crash protection and all that eventually. Hopefully got some overtime rolling on my job because, you know, it's construction and busy, hectic, crazy town. I do have traction control off, so I should probably be a little bit easy, but like I said, I'm not slamming the throttle super hard because it's still new. And I got to get used to it, if I'm being honest. I keep forgetting I have a quick shifter because, I mean, I know what they are, but I haven't had a chance to really experiment a whole lot with it yet. I haven't even messed with the dash hardly. I just started learning how to set user modes because I wanted to see how it did in the dirt, and I got on it a bit, and she'll spin it up pretty good. Cannot wait to get a few mods done so I can really play. Now, let's see if we can stop and find somewhere to stop in a minute. We can go over a little bit of stuff because, you know, I'm very short. I am 5'7" and 3/4. Very important. When you're 5'7", make sure to put the fraction in every little bit, right? But this thing is extremely approachable for my 29-inch inseam. As soon as I find somewhere to stop, we will look at that. But I don't want to stop on the road. That'd be kind of silly. I wonder if I can go on that. I bet I can go right up that. Stuff for another day. I really need to get crash protection on it. That's my main thing before I play too much. I don't need to be like smashing the bottom off my engine or anything. I don't have near the clearance I did in my dirt bike. Alright, so said I'm clearly not tall, right? So I got 1 foot here on the peg, and then I can put a foot down nice. But what this thing is good at is it's so light back and forth. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the weight is not at the top. Like, this looks big. You know what I mean? I mean, it is, but it doesn't feel big, and that's odd. Like when I sat in the Tenere a couple times, which I haven't rode it, I just sat in it. Sorry, let me look for traffic, get a little sidetracked here. Alright guys, we're back out here. We're at Hemingway Butte OHV area in Melba. I believe it's still Melba, Idaho. So we're going to rip up a few of these hill climbs. Just kidding, if you thought that. I have not filled up this bike at all, and I don't know if they're ever going to do that, for me at least. But especially, you know, stock tires with, I'm sure, 40 pounds of air in them. But I'm going to get in the dirt just a bit. A little gravelly out here, so I got to be careful. I do have my traction control off, and I'm really trying not to dump this till I get any crash protection on it. Maybe I might just go up a little hill. Something light. Get a little beans, right? She'll go. I just don't want to dump it. So let's try not to do that, right? Well, like a dream on that, right? Of course it was, though. Nothing to that. But we need to go down it. So let's do that. Now, I don't think you can disable front ABS all the way on this, so I'm going to have to be a little careful. And I think I have my engine braking turned down a little too much, so we'll have to do a little bit easier coming down just until I get the feel of her. No big deal. Oh, it's almost like she's an ADV bike. Alright, let's do a little putting around in the dirt for a minute before we get out of here. Oh. Oh yeah. I cannot wait to do little mods of this thing where I can actually play with it. Now I do have to remember, because I keep forgetting that I'm not on a dirt bike. So, let's see how she goes. Obviously, she's not going to take the whoops too well. She's a big girl. That is, I mean, standing position feels great, too. Yeah, she needs some suspension. Go down to gear, maybe get a little more technical. Oh, she's good though. I remember not to try quick shifter when she's too bogged down though. All right, let's see. She's not bad though. She's a little soft, definitely. You know, I like it. As soon as I get a little more comfortable on it and some crash protection, we're gonna put her a bit through her paces. Obviously not doing that just yet. I feel like you should make a payment before you do that, maybe. I don't think anyone else started watching this channel because I was, you know, so smart. What are you gonna do? You only live once. Oh, open the helmet. Oh, I gotta say, I'm doing this all for you guys because I'm wearing a street helmet right now because it's got my lav mic in it, and so I look like a you know, a bit of a dummy. I just can't get. I can't believe how, like, it doesn't feel heavy. I was expecting like it to feel like super heavy for some reason, and it feels so, like, I don't know, I guess planted, maybe? Is that the right word? I like using words like I pretend I know what I'm talking about. I do not. But needs a little clutch and second that load to really get going. Except it's just a shame that I can't actually put it through any paces just yet. Like I said, I need to get crash protection and skid plate and all that, so that's about all I'm going to do with it until then. I can see once I start smashing on it, I'm going to have to do something about some springs, but that's going to be, you know, if you're hitting a little bit of whoops and stuff, and, you know, hitting little jumps for average, you know, 20-30 mile an hour going down roads, I don't think it's going to be a issue at all. Let's go up there and do one kind of take off going the other way. I think wind's with us, so that way we don't gotta dust anyone out. She's very loose right here. Easy to say that, I guess, right? Which way is the wind going? I don't want to dust anyone out. Oh, third gear. That was no good. Alright, we'll go this way for a second. Pigs feel pretty good for being, you know, stock with rubber on them. Not too bad. I'm not in dirt boots either anymore. Ooh, yeah, she'll start spinning pretty good in second gear. Okay. She's not liking the whoops, so let's be a bit more gentle. I feel like a little bottom out there, so that's fine. Gives me something to tinker with. I like that. Like so far like this, say 25 miles an hour. She just feels fine. I mean, I don't know how most people ride these things. I'd like to say for average rider. I don't know what an average rider does. I only know what I do. I think she's fun. She feels good. I don't understand it. I wasn't expecting her to feel this good. I was expecting more of a obviously it's not like my dirt bike. I'm not just ripping my old dirt bike. I don't even have one no more. That's sad. Just got to roll in a bit more, you get a bit looser. Bit more throttle, bit more wheel spin. All right. I think that's enough for that for right now. Let's get out of here. Starts making a pretty nice sound up there, even stock. But let's go change out of that mode and get my ABS back on. Oh, which one do I want? A little bit of traction control, so maybe some ABS back on. So I'm gonna get back with you guys in a little bit, and then we'll give a few more thoughts, and then we'll call it. All right, guys, we're a little further down the road now, and I was gonna take the highway, show you a little highway cruise on it, but can't right now. I mean, I probably could, but they're chip sealing. I don't know if you're familiar with that, where they put some tar down and cover the road in pea gravel, and then it get worked in a little, then they sweep it up and then put a little seal coat on it. You know, it's just road maintenance. So, needless to say, when you have a hard road covered in pea gravel, it is not my favorite thing to ride a motorcycle on. It's very, very, very sketchy. So we're going to take Map Rock Road, which is, that's cool, a little twisty. Snake River Canyon. This bike has got a very fun engine, it feels like. Like, it doesn't feel, it's not real buzzy. It reminds me a lot of the MT-07, but probably with a bit more. And it feels like it just has a bit more on top than the MT-07. The MT-07, it feels like just a bit more off the bottom. And I could be wrong. That could be all wrong. That's my impression. But this feels like it has a bit more pull than the top. And I haven't had it revved out yet, but that's initial impressions on it, right? Like I said, I only got 199 miles on it, 0.3. So, not super versed in this thing just yet. I will say on the freeway, 75, maybe even 80 allegedly, or I mean, in an 80 mile an hour speed limit. That's what I meant to say. Oh, that's beautiful. This thing has got so much wind protection on it. I mean, obviously I forgot my gloves again. Mistake. Oops. But it's odd is like it's almost where you got to crack your visor a little to get a little air in your face, because my lower vents don't feel like they're doing anything right now. It was the weirdest thing when I first started riding it. I was like, why do I feel wind blowing in the top of my head, like the top of my helmet, but my top vents are the only ones getting any air. Alright, let's bring it down a gear. Go down one more, but I'm not going to do that. That's a little more RPM than I need to be giving her right now, so I'm going to back off a bit, keep it below 6. The good thing is she's got quite a bit of torque still, so even below 6, no problems just rolling on. See, this will get down to 45, 4th gear. Get through the turn first, so we're not being silly. Over the hill, we'll just do a little roll. 65 is like right there. That's at starting low, starting like 4,000 RPM. Start that at 5,000, I'm sure it's a whole different thing in third. See if we get another little straight. We'll do it one more time. Oh, I cannot wait to do some mods of this thing. You know, maybe I'll hit like 100,000 subs by then instead of 300. I mean, not 300,000, 300 or something. And then, you know, be like all those other big channels and, you know, a bunch of sponsorships. That'd be sweet. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Not yet, at least. All right, let's get back down. We got a little playroom. 45. Right under 5,000 RPM, and just, yeah, it just goes. I want to get up to 65, but I just don't want to rev that high, so. All right, guys, we're just going to go up this little hill over here and then hop on a straight, and then we'll probably end up calling it just because the video is probably going to drag on a bit. We'll say anyone that's hung on watching. I mean, I know I haven't got a lot of videos out yet with the Eliminator gone, but I appreciate it because I knew it was going to take a little hit getting rid of that bike, but at the same time, I'm not trying to build a Eliminator channel. Channel is just about motorcycles in general, all different types. I like all kinds. And that bike was a great bike, but it lived its purpose, right? Got my wife on the street. And that was the main point of that bike. It served it well. No issues. I mean, beside the getting the mirrors upgraded and all that. I knew it was going to happen though when I got rid of it. I was like, yeah, there goes most of my views. Oh well. Maybe I'll get to, you know, 500,000 subs, you know, a million years from now. I'll buy a new one and do a build on it and give it away or something. But that is not today, and probably not tomorrow. All right, let's. I'm gonna come up here and do a little turnout right here, just because I really like it up here. Because if you're gonna see a view, now the camera doesn't do it justice, but that's it. Snake River. Absolutely beautiful, right? All right. Try not to spin up my tire too much. Gravel on that turn. Be easy on it. Alright guys, so initial impressions. I absolutely love this bike. This is, mirror's great, sits good, it's just so light in the top. Like even when I was riding it out there in the dirt a little, obviously I'm not launching it and ripping up the crazy hills and doing huge drifters yet or anything like that. But it feels so much better than I was expecting. It doesn't feel like a street bike. It feels like it's good in the dirt to me. And that might be coming off a, you know, super tall dirt bike. You know, highway manners, I don't know that they get better. I'm sure they do. I'm positive you get in like a big GS or big Tiger or something like that, or that, you know, just start getting north of the 15,000 range. I'm sure it's a whole measure better, or an African Twin or something, but I've never been on one of those, so I can't speak to that. But as far as coming from even my MT-07, which I love, windscreen I put on it and all that, this is like so many measures better than that on the highway. And it even handles good in the street. Like it feels like you can kind of rip it in a turn a little bit. Even with some, I mean, I'm not going to say dirt tires because they're not, but dirt usable tires for at least like dirt roads and stuff. And it still feels good. Everything's smooth. Everything's Honda, right? If you're familiar with Honda, you know that Hondas are just kind of good. And engine, good, playful, fun. Can't wait to put a pipe on it. I was just watching videos of it. Sound amazing. The only thing that I dislike about it, it's not even something I dislike about it. I dislike about myself because I'm short. So when I pull up to a spot and I got to back in, you know, it's a bit harder to walk it backwards when you're sitting on it. But you know, what are you going to do? I mean, 43 years old, I don't think I'm growing anymore. I mean, I guess I can measure myself a few more times, but I think shorter is the only way I'm going, so I'm not taller. Well, I hope to get some actual ADV content rolling at some point on this thing. I mean, I don't hope to, I'm going to. It's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet because it's just not quite time yet. It hasn't worked out. I only had it since Wednesday, so I will. So if you guys wouldn't mind sticking around, even though the Eliminator is gone, I'd appreciate that a lot. I know not everyone watches because of the Eliminator, but that's where a lot of people came from, a lot of views, which I get. Nice, approachable, beginner-friendly bike. Affordable price and all that, but still, wouldn't mind if you guys stick around so I can make a bunch more content for y'all. So, anyways, you know, have any questions on this thing? Feel free to ask. You know, like the video, comment, share it if you would. You know, subscribe if you're not subscribed. That would help me out a lot because I'm so close on watch hours. I'm in the 3,700 watch hours range. So I'd say less than a month I'll be 4,000 watch hours, but I got a long ways to 1,000 on subs. So if you definitely would subscribe, it'd mean a lot to me, and it's free for you, and I'll try not to be annoying. I can't, you know, I can only do what I can do. I'm kind of annoying, so it happens. Short, ugly, dumb, annoying, all that stuff. What are you gonna do? Don't like this blind turn. It's kind of, but anyways, thank you all for watching. Want you all ride safe.